Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a couple of reviews for you, as well as some collection updates. Got my dog here who's bothering me like crazy, but he wants to be in my lap while I film this, and now he's going to get down, so whatever. Anyway, the first review is for this movie called Color Out of Space. I rented this from the library where I work. For those of you that don't know, I do the collection development for the audiovisual area at the library where I work, so I get first dibs on basically every movie that comes out if I want it. So this movie is based off of the H.P. Lovecraft short story / novel. It is a throwback to the 80s, basically like a horror sci-fi, cheesy, I don't know how else to describe it. Nicolas Cage is in it, as well as Jolie Richardson. She's probably most famous for Nip Tuck. It wasn't my favorite. It has a high rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is what got me intrigued in the first place. But if you're not into cheesy 80s throwback movies, you're not going to like it. Now, if you are into those, you're probably going to love it. So it totally depends on what your tastes are. And by the end of it, it was just Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage pretty much. He was going absolutely crazy. Everything that I expected he would do, he basically did in this movie. The story and the characters just didn't do anything for me. They were very uninteresting and boring. The plot itself is very limited. It's just not something that I'm going to ever rewatch. It's also got, I think it is, yeah, Tommy Chong as well. He plays a typical Tommy Chong character. It's directed by Richard Stanley, who apparently had taken a major hiatus for a long time before making this. This was his, basically the movie that he's always wanted to make, so it took him forever to get the funding for it. I can see why. Not that it was terrible. I'm just saying it's very mediocre, in my opinion. And the budget, I looked it up before this video, it was $6 million, which isn't that big, and you can tell the special effects, again, are very cheesy. So if you like that kind of stuff, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Slither, which was the horror movie from 2006. I know it was another movie that got really good reviews, but it was another one that was just too over the top for me. I didn't care for it. I know I'm in the minority on that. But if you like movies like that, Color Out of Space is probably up your alley. Otherwise, I would safely skip it. Rating-wise, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. So the next movie I watched was one that was in my collection update last time. It's Molly's Game with Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba. I really liked this movie. I had really no idea what I was getting into other than I knew it was about poker. But the characters are highly intriguing. The plot made me want to go read the Molly Bloom book when it was all said and done. It's very entertaining. It's a little long at 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it kept my attention the whole time. Jessica Chastain was amazing in this movie. I'm surprised she didn't get any awards buzz for this a couple years ago when it came out. I think she did get nominated for a Golden Globe. But Kevin Costner is in it as her father as well. This one, the less you know, probably the better. But I would say it's definitely worth watching if you're into poker, if you're into just the nightlife style movie. I don't really know how to describe that, but it's one that I would definitely watch again. I'm glad I bought it for my collection, and I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. So there's that. Now for the collection updates, I have 2 Steelbooks here. I got Skyfall and Casino Royale on Steelbook 4K, both Best Buy exclusives. I've already put them in their casings, so was a little... I mean, I really like the front covers, but I was a little disappointed because they literally only have stuff on the front. There's nothing on the back, so I kept the J-cards on there, which is what you're seeing now. I usually take the J-cards off so I can see the artwork on the back if there is any, but there wasn't any for these, so I've kept the J-cards on them. But these are my 2 favorite Bond movies of the last probably 30 years. The only Bond movies that contend with these, in my opinion, are the original Sean Connery movies like Goldfinger and From Russia with Love and Thunderball, Dr. No, stuff like that. Casino Royale is my absolute favorite Bond movie. Rating wise for both of these, I haven't watched them in 4K yet. I plan on rewatching them before No Time to Die comes out. But this to me is a 10 out of 10, and this is a 9 out of 10. So if you're wondering, I'll put those in the description as well. But there's the spines for you guys. They look pretty cool. I might end up getting Quantum of Solace and Spectre at some point, but those are $25, and at $25, those movies aren't my favorites, so I'll wait for them to drop in price before I get the other two. I already have them on Blu-ray, so I'm just upgrading what I already have anyway. And then final update for you guys, it's actually a video game. I bought Animal Crossing. This game is phenomenal. I've spent all week since it came out playing it. I can't stop playing it. Highly recommend it if you liked the other games. There's so much to do, and just, it's addictive. I can't stop playing it, like I said. Very much, like, besides Breath of the Wild, this is probably my favorite Switch game that I've played so far. And that is saying something, because there's been a lot of Mario and Fire Emblem, which, if you know me, I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. But this is really good. If you own a Switch and you want a game that's going to last you a long time, I highly recommend Animal Crossing. If anybody is looking to have somebody to play with, I can DM or PM you my friend code. I don't really want to put it out in the public too much, but I'm willing to give it to some people if they need some people to play with. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.